there are definitely similarities. I see what you mean, like how the wrestling helped the jiu-jitsu, and how, you know, you get into a position in wrestling that would, you know, make you remind you of jiu-jitsu. Because in jiu-jitsu, how it's scored, you get different points if you like sweep someone, you get
Yeah.
into like different positions and stuff. They're each scored based on how effective they are for striking. Is that something that's familiar for you? So like say like a being in mount is like scored quite highly because you can land blows from that position, but
Yeah.
it's scored highly within jiu-jitsu, which is a non-striking sport. So there is definitely like overlap there, especially for jiu-jitsu as well, of like they're obviously thinking about getting you in those positions. Even for me, like I don't do striking when I'm doing jiu-jitsu, but there's the incentive to get into those positions that are good for striking. So I guess it all does kind of link together. And in my taekwondo, I've had like times where we've learned like some takedowns and stuff just for self-defense. And you know, I think British Taekwondo are really trying to integrate different things like that, because taekwondo gets a bad rap. Like unless you're really effective at like long range kicks, you know your distance well, it's not going to be useful like in a street fight realistically. Like um the fitness aspect and like the confidence, like you'll learn how to throw a basic punch, you'll learn to throw some kicks and stuff, and you'll have your fitness will improve. But in terms of like doing an axe kick or like a spinning like hook kick or something, it's not very effective in a real life situation, or even in
Yeah.
MMA. Obviously you have like people in UFC who, you know, can pull stuff like that off, but it's just not for the everyday person. It's not effective to learn taekwondo. So they have added things in, like for our gradings now we're doing knife defense. So we have like a wooden knife and you have to like block the wooden knife and grab it and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's some other techniques like a self-defense. So like you'll get grabbed and then you have to, you know, arm lock them out and flip them onto the ground and stuff. So there definitely are some, even taekwondo and jiu-jitsu, who are which I would say are very much opposite martial arts. There are some similarities that are like getting added into them, which I find very interesting.
It's all
Yeah,
self-defense. It's all part of it. Like jiu-jitsu, it gets you, like say you get points scored for striking, like you've thought of quite highly. Because if you go into a street situation and you start pulling guard, but you're not pulling the head down and trapping their arm in a street fight, you just pull guard, someone's just going to drill you straight in your mouth for a punch. But
yeah,
if you're pulling the back of the head and you've got their arm tucked, and you start, even in the street fight, you start popping, if you pop a triangle on someone, whether they can try and pick you up or not, if you get a triangle on someone in any form of street environment, they go into sleep 3 seconds, and it's tapping's not a thing. It's a
yeah.
case of I'm putting you to sleep, because if I don't put you to sleep, you're going to keep trying to punch me.
You've got to
But
neutralize the threat in it. So no,
exactly, yeah.
yeah, yeah, because it makes sense, doesn't it? Because obviously they originated from like self-defense techniques anyway, like real world fighting. So it makes sense why jiu-jitsu would reward you to get into these like striking positions. But I just find it interesting how it's like even integrated into the sport, where it's like you score points in modern jiu-jitsu for getting into these striking positions where you're not technically allowed to strike.